welcome back to Business Over Breakfast. My name is Ben.
Laura Jatari. How are you, Ben? Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. I am wonderful. How are you?
I'm good. I really like this fall weather. I'm enjoying it.
That makes one of us.
Yeah.
I need more of these. I need more like light sweaters. Or whatever. This is like a Henley or something. But I need more of those things. I'm just all like t-shirts and
yeah.
and it's very cold, especially, and then I don't want to wear like a big hoodie or coat for my walks, and I just the whole thing, I'm miserable. It's
I'll tell you, I moved here. Well, I grew up in Rhode Island, went to school in Florida, and when I moved back, I'm not going to tell you what year, but I had, skirts and t-shirts and yeah, about that. So I just remember like it was like this moment of epiphany, like, oh, it's the clothes. I need to get the right clothes. I need a coat. I need the right boots. And yeah, just like kind of like was this big, like silly. I was young at that time, but anyway.
But in general, no, I do really love the fall, and I can't believe it's November. That doesn't feel real. I don't like it. I don't want it. I don't accept it. I'm done.
All right. Well, you know what? We're going to talk about some fun stuff coming up today. So maybe November won't be so bad.
All right. Let's see if Steve can turn it around for me.
Yeah.
It's all on you, buddy.
Yeah. Get ready. Study your notes because we need to know.
Absolutely. All right.
Yeah. So today we are taking a trip up to Blackstone Valley, and I just want to give a quick shout out to the Rhode Island Latino Arts group out of Central Falls. This artist, Tamara Diaz, I purchased from the Latino Arts this beautiful coffee cup, especially for Business Over Breakfast, especially to share the love with everybody. And I thought it would be great to just give a shout out to Blackstone Valley in general. I grew up in Cumberland, and this is Central Falls. And now we're going to bring in Steve Maciel, who works with the Blackstone Valley Tourism Council. And so let's bring Steve on and hear what's going on in Blackstone Valley. Hi, Steve. Good morning.
Hi, Lori. Hi, Ben. Good morning. How are you today?
Good.
How are you?
Doing great. And yeah, I think I can infuse a little positivity into your morning.
You always can, Steve.
I love all the seasons. And fall's one of my favorites. The color, the crisp air, the food, everything about it is just great. But I am a summer guy. I used to publish the Ocean State Beach Guide. So I have been all over South County and all the beaches in Newport County. And it's amazing that Rhode Island actually has approximately 140 beaches. And
wow.
Most people don't know that.
Yeah. I'll tell you, one of the, when we designed the logo for Shop Local Rhode Island, we were very specific in our colors, as most people are when they design logos, but it was the yellow from the flag, and it was blue for the beaches and the green for all the green space in Rhode Island. I mean, there's so much here in this little conclave here.
Yeah, and now that I'm up at the Blackstone Valley Tourism Council, it's all about the fall and the foliage and upcoming Polar Express event that'll take us right into winter. And the Polar Express event, I've been living in Rhode Island for 40 years, and I'm actually a little ashamed to say that I've never experienced it, but I will this year, that's for sure. But everybody I talk to about it, they're like, yes, that was like the most incredible event ever. And we go back every year and we invite friends and family. So that's something that's very exciting that's coming down the tracks that I can let you know about.
Yeah. Could you tell us a little bit more about the event? Because as someone who's lived in Rhode Island for 34 years, I'm ashamed to, which is all of my life, I'm ashamed to say that that I don't know what the event is. So I'm terribly, and in my defense, I am as far away as you can get from
Right.
Blackstone Valley. However, I still, that's, ignorance is no excuse.
I call that like passport level Rhode Island traveling.
I know.
You're
We
going
had to
from
do a
Mississippi
full
all the way up.
during like September and the end of August last year, during COVID, we had to make an ad campaign for Musqueamicut Beach that suggested that people from the north pack a suitcase and come down
Yeah.
for the day. That was
Good trip.
yeah. So anyway, please let us know about the event.
Yeah, you do have to pack a lunch, pack a bag, and go up north of the towers. And Blackstone Valley Tourism is the exclusive presenter of this event in the Rhode Island area. They have them in other parts of New England, Cape Cod, Massachusetts. They used to have one in Connecticut, but I don't think that's happening anymore. But this is our 21st season. We didn't do it last year because of COVID, and we've kind of reinvented ourselves for this season. But the first train ride is November 19th, and it goes for 1 month through December 19th. And tickets are on sale. I won't give you any big URL or anything. Just go on and Google Polar Express Rhode Island. You'll come right to it. Great tickets are still available. And it's really just a fabulous, fun family event. It's a 2-hour train trip up through the north, goes into Massachusetts. It's at the Woonsocket train station, which is just this fabulous building that has been reconverted or re-energized, and we are the exclusive hosts there, or guests, I should say, and very excited about it.
Wow.
And you don't need a passport, but you will get a golden ticket when you get there. And we're very, very excited.
You know, if you don't have little kids in the house, asking for a friend.
We now have a grandson, and he's 7, and we have already booked our tickets for that. And I'm going to be on the train. I'm what's called a train master, and I'll be shadowing my mentor up there, who has been doing this for a very long time, and very excited about it.
Wow.
There's Bob Billington. Just got a little flash of Bob. I know, Laura, you're familiar with Bob Billington, and
yeah,
working with Bob. He was telling me a little bit more about the story of your sign that you're trying to save from.
Oh, that's so great. Do you know the sign is now in restoration?
Excellent. So, and he wanted me to make sure I said hello to you and your family.
Oh, that's great. Thank you. Ben, I'll tell you, you may know a bit of this story. So my grandfather had a textile mill, and my dad did as well. But on my grandfather's mill in Central Falls, there was an old sign, and it was the sales room, the retail sales room, where all the textiles went. And then my grandmother, who was a seamstress, would sell the textiles, make dresses, sell patterns. And so that mill building is now being renovated in Central Falls for some beautiful condos right on Blackstone River near Slater Mill area. And so Marta Martinez, the executive director of the Rhode Island Latino Arts, and I got the sign. And so now it's being renovated, restored by Jason Salvi, who we also met in our Shop Local Rhode Island community. So it's really an all-encompassing, it's a team effort here. But that sign will live in the museum of the Latino History Museum that Marta also oversees. So we're doing it for this Rhode Island history of Latino arts and Latino work. This book is written by Marta Martinez about Rhode Island Latino history. And there's a picture of my dad and I in here. But yeah, my dad actually brought the first Colombians to Rhode Island. We had a business in Columbia as well. That's where I was born. Long story, but let's get back to, actually, Martha will be on the show right before Thanksgiving, and they are having an artist Black Friday event. So we will talk about that in a couple weeks.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, is the book available on Shop Local Rhode Island?
It should be, but it is not yet. But you know what? That is a great question. I'll make that happen.
And I'd be remiss if I didn't say that you've helped us to reset our link for our Blackstone Valley train ride, Polar Express link to our merchandising store. We're very excited about that. So when people go on to buy their tickets, they can also buy Polar Express merchandise.
Yeah, that's really great. I think that the more I talk about it, I talk about who's on the show and what's going on. And there are a lot of people that don't know about the Polar Express. And so it could be like a Northern Rhode Island thing, but I think now here's a way to spread the word and make the event really special. And yes, you can get the link.
Thank you for this opportunity. Because, it's definitely something that has a story that needs to be told. Yeah. And it's now part of my story. And I'm very happy to be here and very happy to be spreading the word. Yeah. And one reason I'm so excited about my new career at the Blackstone Valley Tourism Council is because, to me, I've been delving in economic development for many, many years, and mostly behind the scenes. Not a lot of people know who Steve Maciel is. But been doing a lot of fun things and trying to, one of my hats is I work to help end hunger and to create food security in Rhode Island. And I've been working charity events and organized a lot of musicians and artists over the years to help the food banks and food pantries. And yes, that work will always continue, will always be needed. However, we've come to the realization that we really need to go beyond charity, and we need to jump right into addressing the root cause of hunger and poverty by helping to improve the local economy. And this Blackstone Valley event certainly helps the local economy up in one socket, because all those folks we bring in, this year we'll have 13,000 guests at Polar Express. And guess what? Those people will be out in the local community, shopping, dining, enjoying. And Woonsocket's having a real revival. And there's a great story to be told there too.
Yeah, it's so important. I think this, sometimes when you think about tourism councils or any type of chamber and community group, you think about charity. I don't want to say like just charity in general, but it's a nonprofit. It's kind of on the side of like true economic development that has long-term effects in the community. So like, especially in Rhode Island, we have seasons, like down by the beach or in Westerly, it's like there's a season when you make money. And so how do businesses develop communities around them? And I think that is definitely one of the things that we try and do here, which is, get the promos out there during the season. This is the holiday shopping season. So we are pushing. But for people for me, for example, I bought soap on Shop Local Rhode Island. It's coming down. And I'm thinking, I'm really loving this beautiful organic soap. And that will be the place I go, because I know I can get it the next day. And so to learn about the businesses that are really supporting the community, I think it's tourism, but it's also the expansion of, continued community growth. There was a podcast I was listening to last week about this. It's not like the underserved communities. It's more about the unemployed communities, and that it's so important to keep our communities employed, period. All right, I'm done.
Tourism and hospitality is one of the industries that hires many, many folks up from the grip of hunger and poverty. And the beauty of it is, people make the case, it's a lot of low-paying jobs. And that is true. There are a lot of entry-level jobs in hospitality and tourism. However, the opportunity for advancement is astronomical. You can get into the most basic tourism job and be running the joint in no time at all. You know, you ask any head chef in Rhode Island how their salary is right now, and it's not bad, you know. And
Yeah.
talking about chambers and tourism councils, most of them are 501c(b), I think it is, for business nonprofits. The Blackstone Valley Tourism Council is actually a 501c3. It was set up as a charitable organization. And when you purchase display space in our books, for example, we have a Polar Express book. If anybody would like to have display space in there, please contact me. And they're not ads, they are display spaces, and they're for recognition. And they are totally tax deductible if you choose to do so. So it helps my job as a salesperson to tell people, look, you know, buy a space and you can
Absolutely.
It's a charitable contribution.
Yeah.
I just to further vilify myself as a noob to Rhode Island, I texted. I have a videographer that works with me from who's like 22 from Woonsocket, and I texted him during the beginning of the show and said, "Hey, do you know about the Polar Express?" And he was like, "What are you? Yes, of course I do.
Of course I do.
What kind of idiot are you?" Like, he was like, "I live 2 minutes away from it. Of course I do. We go every year." I'm like, "Oh, all right. Oh, sorry."
Yep.
It's
huge. It's huger than you know. So come on up, go online and reserve some tickets and bring the family.
Absolutely, yeah. It looks amazing. It's the coolest thing I've ever seen in Rhode Island.
I know it does. It's amazing. I really want to get there. So what happens? A family goes on, they buy the tickets, they go to the cool train station. Like, give us a vibe of like what happens there. How do they get on the train?
It's a whole recreation of the story of the Polar Express. So right from the moment you walk in, it's a very magical scene. It's all decorated for the holidays. You go on the train, and each train has its own name: Rudolph, Dancer, Prancer. And each train has three basic levels of entertainers. There's a primary person who really just runs the show, and they're leading you along in carols. And there's in our coloring and songbook, kids have crayons, they can color in the trip. And there's hot chocolate served, and different activities on each train. Santa, of course, walks through the train, and when he appears, the kids go crazy, of course. And then at the end of the 2-hour train ride, they come back to the station, and in the station is all set up for photos for Santa. So, of course, due to COVID, we had to try to mitigate our crowds. So the preliminary entertainment will be under a tent outside with some great people showing up and doing a prologue from the book. Then you go on the train, then you come back to the station and with Santa, and it's really just the best holiday.
That is such a magical day.
Definitely.
That must be Ben. You got to go. You got to take Braden.
Absolutely, yeah. The Polar Express has been a favorite for generations in this house.
Yeah,
and
that's great.
Has Chris? No, never mind. I really want to know if Chris Van Allsburg's ever went on this train. How long has this been happening? Because it's from Rhode Island. That's very cool.
21st season, and that's way before my time, but I believe he has. And not only are we the exclusive presenters in Rhode Island, this is our claim to fame. Our Rhode Islander wrote Polar Express.
Yeah.
So it'll continue to expand year after year, and by doing interviews like this with you folks, really helps get the word out, and makes everybody aware about some of the great things that are happening in Northern Rhode Island.
Yeah, I really love it. Wow. I feel excited about that. I mean, just the whole thing, the train station, the train, the magic of all of it, the hot chocolate. Wow. That just sounds so good.
Yes.
Yep.
Um,
Another exciting thing we have coming down the pike is next year is the 50th anniversary of what's called ZAP the Blackstone, where 10,000 volunteers lined the shores of the Blackstone River and removed tons of debris from what used to be considered one of the most polluted rivers in the world.
yeah.
And now it's very much cleaner, but the job has only begun. So we're celebrating the 50th anniversary of that cleanup with new cleanups, new initiatives. And believe it or not, this water in the Blackstone River will eventually become swimmable, fishable,
Wow.
and maybe might need treatment, of course, like most water systems do, but you can actually eventually be able to drink the water from the Blackstone River. And that's just mind blowing. And
That really is.
some
Yeah.
of the initiatives that I'm working on now with the Tourism Council, my job is to help them do fund development and bring attention to the sponsorships on all the levels. But we
That's
will have
great.
a ZAP 50, which will be September 10th. It's going to be at Slater Mill, and it's going to be a huge celebration.
That's amazing. September 10th, Slater Mill. Well, you'll have to come back and give us an update on the Polar Express, and then we can push the ZAP. I
Sounds
love
good to me. Great.
I love it. I don't want to let you go before we talk a little bit about your view on that integration between your organization with the Hunger Network, 52 Hunger, and the tourism connection, because I think it's super important to just recognize that bridge.
Yes, thank you. We've been running the 1 of 52 Hunger Network for approximately 30 years. Has an odd name. I know in marketing they say, oh, your name should reflect what it is, but it really does, even though it's a different name. People always ask, what is that? What does it mean? So it's good in the sense that it gets people asking questions. So you literally become one of 52 others in your community, each representing 1 week of the year, who agree to take some form of action in that week to help end hunger. So we do ask for an annual commitment so people can get involved in very simple ways and grow it over the years. So an entertainer, for instance, might the first year in say, yes, this is something I want to help with, and ending hunger is very important to me, so I'm going to hold a food drive at my next gig. Then the following year, they can hold a food drive and pass the hat. Following year, they can stage their own hunger event. So it's something that can grow and grow and grow with you over the years. If you want to learn more about that, you go to 1of52.net. This coming Friday, we have a great gig that's an real exemplary example of the 1 of 52 Hunger Network. And my friends playing the band called Bad Dog, great name. And they're going to be
playing in that band, or just your friends?
I'm sorry?
Is it you in the band too, or just your friends?
No, I do play a little bass and I am a sound engineer, but I'm not in this band. They're just
Okay.
not just, but they're 1 of 52 Hunger Network members. Yeah. And I've known the folks in the band for many, many years, and they've been in different variations of bands and have always been supportive. So if you go onto my website and go to our Facebook page, you'll see the link there. And this coming Friday in Warren, Rhode Island, the band, I have it up here somewhere here.
Man, you are everywhere.
Old Town Tavern. And this is, they're not only holding a food drive, doing raffles, but they're also donating their entire proceeds from that evening. So, and they will continue this tradition. And that's one of the beauties of it is I hope this has a longevity long after I'm gone, where people will continue to hold these events and pay attention to the issue. And we've had some exciting news in the past few days where the UN called on Elon Musk to pony up for $6 billion to help end hunger. And he said, you know what? I'll do that if you can prove to me that the $6 billion will actually end world hunger. And he's going to be in for a surprise because George McGovern, in his book, The third freedom, ending hunger in our time. Now, of course, this is in 2010 dollars, proved that if you put $6 billion toward the cause of ending hunger, you would eradicate hunger in the world. So with modern technology, that's $6 billion. We'll have to translate differently, perhaps. But all the things that George McGovern, who was I forget the word I'm looking for, but he was the ambassador to the UN, and his dream posthumously may come true now that Elon Musk has said, "Prove it, and I'll do it." So it's all there for the proving.
Wow.
So a lot of things going there.
Honestly, if it's a little bit more, maybe one of the other billionaires could just step up and throw in the extra one or two.
Exactly.
Yeah. Instead of building a
match
spaceship.
Elon's $6 billion.
Yeah.
Maybe not take that extra space ride or something.
I know.
It's exciting because it is possible within our time. And speaking of time, I know time is running short. And just touching base with further economic development news, I've been running an organization called Discover Rhode Island First. And this is really like an internal name for what I've been doing. And it focuses around the fact that the first 2-week vacation in American history was taken in Rhode Island when Verrazano pulled his flotilla into Narragansett Bay and was so struck by the beauty, he decided to linger a fortnight, which, as we all know, is a 2-week vacation. So from that starting point, we can focus on all the things we offer us at in Rhode Island. And once again, our hospitality, tourism industries are most likely to hire people up from hunger and poverty. So if we strengthen these industries, it's going to make a huge impact on our local economy and on people's lives.
Wow. Couldn't have said it better myself. You brought it all together.
We got a lot going on, but it's all kind of simple and powerful stuff.
Yeah, it's really great. It's really great, Steve. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, you can get the links both to the Blackstone Valley Polar Express site and to oneof52.net in the comments of this video. So please make sure that you check out that stuff and all of the wonderful work that Steve is doing. Steve, you're amazing. Thank you. Please come back.
Thank you for all you do, and
yeah,
we'll do a lot more together. Onward and upward.
Let's do it.
Thank you very much. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too.
He's fantastic.
I know. I keep telling him, you got to get on the show. You got to get on the show. But yeah, there's so many different groups and organizations that he works with. But the premise is all like in the same direction, feeding the same ideas and building community and economic growth. I just love that concept.
It's fantastic. So please make sure that you go check out oneof52.net, because that sounds amazing. And also, come on, Elon. And blackstonevalleypolarexpress.com. Wonderful things. Lori, before we end, I would like, if you have your box around, I think that we should start a new tradition, because this is how you end the local look every time.
Yeah.
I think that we should start a new tradition of a little lightning round just between the two of us, where we both pull and ask one question each of each other.
Okay.
From the bag. So are you on a little lightning round?
Oh yeah, always. I love that. I love that. Finally, we have a real lightning round.
All right. Do you want to go first or second?
I'll go first.
All right.
You pick first.
So, all right. There are questions. I got this bag with all of these questions on my birthday, and I have no idea what's in here. So
Did you get anything else for your birthday?
Pull a question out. No, it was just this bag. That's all I've gotten from anyone.
Oh, there's something else on its way.
What?
Oh, no, nothing.
Okay. Here's the question. Oh, and this is perfect. This is perfect for the show after Halloween. What is the scariest thing you've ever done for fun?
Oh, we actually talked about this one other time. The scariest thing I've ever done for fun. Okay, I'm going to give a different answer than I gave last time because I think I got this. This is the second time I got this question, which only means I need to do more scary things for fun. So the first answer was that water slide off the Aztec mountain thing.
Okay.
And all right, the other scariest thing I ever did for fun was I hitchhiked across Austria when I was 19 years old.
Well, that's the show, ladies and gentlemen. Why would you do that?
Because I missed the train. Where the hell was the Polar Express when I needed it? I missed the train.
In Woonsocket.
Yeah, I know. I spent the summer backpacking through Europe and missed the train and decided I know how to get there. Yeah, this is a 19-year-old brain. Yeah. Okay. I got there safely though. I got across. All right, you ready?
Yes, but please do not take any advice from Lori on travel plans.
Now. All right, what do we got here? Oh, we've heard this question too. I said to Danielle, I'm amazed that we have all these questions and the same ones keep popping up. But describe the color yellow to someone that is blind.
The warmth of the sun on your the feeling of the warmth of the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want another one?
Sure.
I could do this all day. I could do this all day.
Steve, give me a thumbs up if you would like a lightning round question. Steve, you want a lightning round question? Thumbs up, thumbs down. You want one? Yeah, all right. Steve's going to get one.
All right. Okay, we're picking a new one for you. I'm glad you're still here. All right, here we go. Lightning round. Okay. Oh, this is a good one for you. Where is your favorite place to go in Rhode Island?
Well, I think I have to go back to my roots in South County and being a beach guy. And I'd have to say the Napatree Point Beach out on Watch Hill Point in Westerly.
Wow.
You know, how can you get any better than that? Is one of the most pristine, beautiful beaches anywhere in the world. And that's got to be it.
Score one for the good guys. I don't know why I'm starting a north-south rivalry. I don't.
I'm like, oh, so I grew up in Cumberland, and I'm like, wait, Westerly. I got my pencil. I'm ready to write it down. What is it? Yeah.
Napatree
Point. It's if you go to Watch Hill, parking is very limited, but it is so worth it. Find your parking spot for a couple of hours, and you go out past the Watch Hill Beach Club, I believe, over there, and the yacht club. Just keep walking and walking. You'll end up at Napatree Point, and it is approximately 1 mile of just pristine dunes and beach, and wow. It's Rhode Island heaven.
It's right on the other side. There's this carousel. There's a carousel, and then there's a beach, and there's it's a bathing beach, and then but it's a mile of land that used to stretch and connect to Stonington.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. and there were houses on it pre Hurricane of 38, and now it's just these pristine sand dunes, and there's an old old military fort out at the end of it. It's gorgeous, and
wow.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. Steve, wonderful choice. Being from Westerly, thank you so much. However, I'm excited for the Blackstone Valley stuff, and we'll see you at the Polar Express.
I know. Can we just stay on and chat all day?
We cannot. I'm so sorry. Thank you, Steve, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Lori, thank you. This was a
Always
pleasure
great.
as always. And if you have a business, know someone that has a business, please direct them to shoplocalrhodeisland.com. The holiday season is coming up. If you would like to support the local economy, support the people that employ people in your neighborhood, in your community, your family, your friends, your neighbors, check out Shop Local. Help with. We have a lot. Whoa, we have a lot of new products. Okay, cool. Thank you, Lori. Please end without me. Okay, fine. Goodbye. So there are a lot of new products up on shoplocalrhodeisland.com. If you know somebody that owns a small business, please let them know that it is the most affordable way in Rhode Island to put your products up online, to move your business online is this. We had a little bit of fun and realistic fun at the expense of some billionaires earlier. And Shop Local Rhode Island is all of the convenience and none of the guilt of purchasing online from somewhere else, and you don't know where it's from, and you don't know who it's benefiting or what rockets will be sent into space because of it. But here you can purchase it and know that not only are you helping a local entrepreneur, you're helping your kid's soccer team, and dance recitals, and the Blackstone Valley Polar Express, and helping small businesses that are then able to donate to these wonderful organizations and these wonderful activities and stuff. That's all local, right? It's shopping local is an ecosystem. It's not only the economy, but it's an ecosystem, and it helps everyone when you do it and when you keep those dollars inside Rhode Island. So if you have a small business, please reach out and put your products up on Shop Local Rhode Island, because it is affordable and easy. And the more it grows, the more it helps you and everyone else. So please check that out. We will be back with more Business Over Breakfast. And tomorrow you can check out The Local Look, which is a small, short snapshot of this, where Lori and Danielle dive not so deep, but deep enough with a local business. Thank you guys very much, and we will see you next week on Business Over Breakfast.